Hello everyone, and welcome to another battle video from the Twitter Pokemon League. My name is Ian Lutz, and I'll be your commentator for this game. Today's battle video consists of a friendly bout between the league's Ice and Bug Gym Leader. Luke, the Ice Gym Leader, is using a team of Frostlass, Mamoswine, Lapras, Cloyster, and Walrein. Meanwhile, the Bug Gym Leader is using a team of Garvantula, Armaldo, Volcarona, Fortress, Scizor, and Heracross. Honestly, I think the Bug Gym Leader is coming in with a bit of an advantage, as they have a lot of Pokemon on their team that can threaten Ice, namely the Armaldo, Volcarona, Scizor, and Heracross. Now, it is still possible for Luke to edge out a win here, but he's going to have to work really hard to take out at least a couple of those major threats before he can expect to see any big momentum. That being said, let's move on to the battle and see how things turned out. It's going to be interesting to see which each side decides to lead with, as we do see the Galvantula come out from the Bug Gym Leader and the Frostlass come out from the Ice Gym Leader. The Frostlass decides to set up a spikes right here. I'm guessing both sides are just going to exchange entry hazards, as we do see the Sticky Web come out from the Galvantula. It's going to be kind of interesting to see what role that plays, as there are a lot of slow Pokemon on the Ice Gym Leader's team. The Frostlass this next turn decides to go for a Shadow Ball, which is going to do a decent amount of damage onto that Galvantula, get the special defense drop, but we see the Volt Switch come out for the Galvantula here, so when it switches out, it is going to be able to reset those stats. It does land a critical hit, doing a significant amount of damage to the Frostlass. Curse Body does disable the Volt Switch, but it doesn't matter because it is getting switched out anyways. As we see the Armaldo come out from the Bug Gym Leader, that's going to be a bit of one of the problem Pokemon that the Ice Gym Leader is going to have to take out. As we see a Aqua Jet come out from the Armaldo, which does enough damage to finish off the Frostlass. So right now, the Ice Gym Leader is in a pretty bad position. They're down one Pokemon. As we see Walrein come out, Walrein is going to get caught in the Sticky Web, which is going to lower its speed by one stage, although Walrein isn't exactly known for its speed. We do see a knockoff come out from the Armaldo, which is going to reveal whatever item that Walrein was carrying, which turns out to be leftovers. The Water Pulse does come out from the Walrein, doing a decent amount of damage, bringing it down to about 50%. It does not get the Confusion, which is a little unfortunate, but it does avoid the Stone Edge, as we see the Walrein decide to set up Hail here, which is pretty interesting. Of course, if this Walrein does have the Ice Body ability, that is a nice way to sort of regain its leftovers, as we do see the Hail buff it Ghostbuster a little bit, as it does reveal that it is Ice Body, so it is going to be getting that 1/16th recovery as it goes for the Protect, probably just trying to recover as much health as possible. Stone Edge comes out, of course it's protected, so I mean this actually works well, because it is going to get that chip damage, it is going to get that recovery, and it is going to stall out Stone Edge, which does not have very high PP to begin with. Of course, Armaldo is finally able to land a Stone Edge, which does a lot of damage, knocks out the Walrein straight out, which is pretty impressive because Walrein is pretty bulky. Of course, it is going to get buffeted by the Hail right here, but it's going to be a few turns before Hail is able to take it out. We see Lapras come out, again, another slow but bulky water ice type. As you saw, the Sticky Web did lower its speed, but Lapras is pretty slow anyway, so it doesn't matter. It is going to go for the Protect right here, I'm guessing just to get some more chip damage off on the Armaldo and to hopefully stall it out of any Stone Edges, as we do see the Armaldo take some chip damage from the Hail. This next turn, the Lapras just decides to go on the offensive with that priority Ice Shard, which unfortunately does not do enough damage to take out the Armaldo, meaning this Armaldo is able to get the knockoff onto Lapras, revealing its item to also be leftovers, as we see another Ice Shard come out from Lapras, which should do enough damage to finish off the Armaldo. So that is one big threat out of the way for the Ice Gym Leader. However, Heracross is going to be just as much of a threat, if not more so. It takes a little bit of damage from these spikes, as we see the Ice Gym Leader decide to switch out into who, because it's going to be interesting, into the Avalugg, which makes sense. Avalugg is very physically bulky. It is going to get caught in the Sticky Web. However, that really doesn't matter, because Avalugg is probably one of the slowest Pokemon in the game, as the Close Combat comes out from the Heracross, does a lot of damage, bringing it well below half. Now, of course, Heracross is going to get those defense drops from the Close Combat, as Avalugg reveals its item to be leftovers, recovering 1/16th of its total HP. Now, this next play right here I think is a little strange, as we see the Bug Gym Leader withdraw the Heracross and send out their Fortress, which is just going to give this Avalugg a decent opportunity to either set up or, in this case, recover. So now Avalugg is going to be almost back at full HP, probably missing about 20% of its total HP, but the leftovers is definitely going to help with that, as we see the Fortress's item to also be leftovers. Now this is actually a pretty good opportunity for the Ice Gym Leader to get back into this game, as there's not a whole lot Fortress can do outside of set up entry hazards. As we see, it goes for spikes, and the Avalugg is going to set up a curse right here, which will definitely help it against the Scizor and the Heracross that the Bug Gym Leader has in the back. Now the Bug Gym Leader also has a Volcarona in the back, and that could easily deal with this Avalugg right here. It doesn't really matter how many curses this Avalugg is going to be able to set up, as we're going to see them recover a little bit of health with leftovers. Avalugg is not quite at full, as we see the Fortress get switched out here, and in its place Volcarona comes out. Now, does this Avalugg go for a curse, or does it go for an attack? As we see the Rock Slide come out from the Avalugg, this is an excellent play on the Ice Gym Leader's part, as now there is one less threat that his team has to deal with, and the Avalugg is basically back at full HP with +1 defense and +1 attack. So that's really good. As we see the Scizor come out. Now, is this a Mega Scizor? Is this a Lum Scizor, Life Orb Scizor, Choice Band Scizor? As it does reveal to be a Mega Scizor. Now, Mega Scizor is definitely something you're going to see more often in singles than in doubles. It's actually pretty amazing, just the difference in usage right there. As we see the Scizor go for a Swords Dance, and that could be pretty problematic for the Avalugg, as it basically means that the Scizor can just set up this Avalugg, as the Avalugg goes for a curse of its own, raising its attack and defense. So essentially that just cancels out that first Swords Dance right there, as the Scizor goes for another Swords Dance, which can definitely be problematic, although Avalugg is still pretty physically tanky. It goes for the Rock Slide right here, which brings the Scizor down to about 99 HP, as the Scizor goes for a Bullet Punch, doing under half, as the Avalugg once again goes for another Rock Slide right here, and that is going to bring that Scizor's HP down to 41. The leftovers is going to recover right here, so right now it looks like that Avalugg is going to be able to take out that Scizor, but the Scizor goes for a Roost right here, and it is going to recover a lot of that health right back, bring itself back to 130 HP. The Avalugg goes for another Rock Slide, but unfortunately it misses. Now that's actually going to put the Ice Gym Leader in a bit of a difficult position, although Avalugg still has over half of its HP left, as this Bullet Punch from Scizor is going to do a significant amount of damage, bring Avalugg all the way down to the red, as Avalugg goes for another curse. That was probably not the best play to make right there, although it was a tough call all around, because definitely Scizor is still going to be able to take out the Avalugg from that range, despite whatever health it may gain from leftovers. And this next turn, we are going to see another Bullet Punch come out from Scizor, and that's just going to finish off Avalugg. So at this point, there's not really anything the Ice Gym Leader can do. This is a +4 Mega Scizor, and the Ice Gym Leader really doesn't have any remaining Pokemon that either have the offensive pressure to take it out or can take the super effective hit at all. As we saw the Mamoswine come in, it is going to take some damage from the spikes and have its speed lowered by 1 stage. The Bullet Punch comes out and just OHKOs it right there. Mamoswine has decent bulk, but it really can't do anything against a +4 Mega Scizor. We see Lapras come out, and Lapras can actually take that Bullet Punch neutral, and it is pretty bulky. Unfortunately, with the damage from spikes and the fact that Scizor is at +4, I think that puts it in pretty much KO range, as we do see the Bullet Punch KO the Lapras. So now the Ice Gym Leader is down to their last Pokemon, and this should pretty much end the game, as well as the sweep, as the speed is dropped by these sticky webs, any potential Focus Sash is broken by these spikes, and the Bullet Punch comes out from the Scizor, and that's just going to knock out Cloyster right there. And that is going to be a loss for the Ice Gym Leader. Now, I do want to reiterate once again that I do feel the Ice Gym Leader was playing at a bit of a type disadvantage, but that's not to say that he didn't have a chance to get into this match. You definitely saw that with the Avalugg mid-game. The Bug Gym Leader also played really well, and actually setting up the spikes with the Fortress mid-game did help them out in the long run, as it broke any potential Focus Sashes the Ice Gym Leader may have had on the back end of their team. Now, if you'd like to battle either of these Gym Leaders yourself, I recommend you check out the Twitter Pokemon League on Twitter. Once again, I am your commentator, Ian Lutz, and I'll see you guys next time.